night? Good. I just want to start off by saying, listen, this is a celebration, so please clap and make some noise. So if you're here to represent our student authors and artists, make some noise one more time. I have the immense pleasure of introducing my director. I'll let her introduce herself, but if we could please welcome to the stage Miss Leona Matthews.
Thank you, Angie. I'm Leona Matthews, and I'm the Director of Literacy and ELD Programs here at Green Dot, or not here at Green Dot, but at Green Dot. And it is a great honor to be able to welcome all of you here this evening to our 5th Green Dot Animo Voices Competition. We're especially excited that we're able to celebrate our winning students and welcome their parents and their friends and family and our supporting teachers and our supporting administrators this evening to celebrate with us in person. The last 2 years we had to celebrate remotely. It's just wonderful to see all of your faces. Thank you for being here. The goal of our Animo Voices competition has always been to provide an authentic opportunity for our students to foster their writing and artistic talents, to recognize their unique voices, and to celebrate our strongest writers and artists with exciting prizes, with this beautiful publication, with this event, and scholarships. And this year, we are excited to add, in addition to our writing branch of the competition and our art branch, we also have a spoken word component this year. The open-ended prompt this year was, I have something to say. And that invited students in all of those media to just share their opinion on something that they feel passionately about or something that matters to them. If you haven't yet, we really encourage you to check out students' work on the Green Dot blog, and in your program, you can see a QR code to get to that. And then students this evening will be getting their own copy of their publication, so you can follow along there with our presenters. Each of our 19 Green Dot schools selected student winners, and they're here tonight, the majority of them. And we have the pleasure of hearing from our finalists this evening. These are students who won when we judged all of our students across our Green Dot community, and we picked 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place prizes for each of those branches of our competition. And in this Animo Voices competition, I think you'll see that the work of our Green Dot students is so well captured by the word animo, which translated means great spirit and strength and courage. This year's entries really reflect our students' strength and courage and the rich diversity of experiences and powerful perspectives that our students bring to our schools, and no doubt that they will contribute to the world and our futures. So when our students come up to present, we'll be passing out prizes as we congratulate them on their work. And I would be remiss without mentioning that in the wake of the senseless tragedy at Robb Elementary School in Texas, our hearts are with the families, but we are here together celebrating students who bring us joy, and that is an act of resistance.
Buenas tardes a todos. Mi nombre es Juan Pacheco. Soy uno de los coordinadores de aprendices de inglés de la escuela Green Dot, y estoy aquí para darle la bienvenida a introducir a la directora de programas de literatura y de programas de aprendices de inglés, que es Leona Matthews, y voy a traducir un poco todo lo que ella dijo, ¿verdad? Así que voy a comenzar. Primero que nada, estamos muy emocionados de darles la bienvenida a todos ustedes a nuestra 5ª competencia de Animo Voices de Green Dot. Estamos especialmente emocionados de poder celebrar con nuestros estudiantes ganadores, sus maestros, administradores y sus familias, después de tener que realizar esta celebración virtualmente durante los últimos 2 años. Gracias a todos por estar aquí. El objetivo de esta competencia siempre ha sido brindarles a nuestros estudiantes la oportunidad de fomentar sus talentos artísticos y de escritura reconocer sus voces y habilidades únicas y celebrar a nuestros escritores y artistas más destacados con excelentes premios, publicaciones y este evento comunitario. Además de las ramas de escritura y de arte, este año hemos agregado la palabra hablada a la competencia. El tema abierto para la competencia fue Tengo algo que decir. En las 3 ramas, escritura, arte y palabra hablada, se invitó a los estudiantes a expresar su opinión sobre cualquier tema que les interesara. Si aún no lo han hecho, revisen las obras de arte de nuestros estudiantes, artistas expuestas alrededor de la sala, y visiten nuestro blog de Green Dot que vieron en sus programas. Pueden ver en sus programas para conseguir el enlace al sitio web y ver todos los escritos que hicieron los estudiantes, para ver el trabajo publicado de todos nuestros ganadores. Los estudiantes y maestros también están recibiendo copias de esta hermosa publicación de sus escritos. Cada una de nuestras 19 escuelas de Green Dot ha presentado un estudiante ganador y esta noche tenemos el placer de escuchar a los estudiantes que fueron ganadores finalistas. En este concurso de Animo Voices creo que verán que el trabajo de nuestros estudiantes de Green Dot está muy bien capturado por la palabra ánimo, que significa gran espíritu y fuerza o coraje. Los trabajos de este año reflejan la rica diversidad de experiencias y las poderosas perspectivas que los estudiantes traen a nuestras escuelas y sin duda contribuirán a un cambio positivo en el mundo. Y como dijo Ms. Matthews, a raíz de la tragedia sin sentido que ocurrió en la escuela primaria Robb en Texas, nuestros corazones están con las familias, pero aquí estamos juntos celebrando a nuestros estudiantes que nos brindan alegría y es un acto de resistencia. Así que un aplauso para nuestros estudiantes. Y nuestro corazón está con las familias y las pérdidas sin sentido que ocurrió. Gracias.
All right. Okay. This is going to be hard. There you go. My name is Angie Amador. It's not really that important. I'm a literacy curriculum specialist, but I will be your master of ceremonies this evening. Okay. But you don't really want to hear from me. Who I want to hear from are truly our authors, our artists, not just visual artists, but also for the very first time, our spoken word artists. If you're a spoken word artist, go ahead and make some noise. I think we have a few in here today. That's it? That's it? Okay. Guiding teachers, I just want to alert you, before you introduce your student finalists, we would love for you to exit and enter through the green room so we could introduce you through this back green room. So art first is going to be coming up. So our artists, we have 2 people, 2 very talented visual artists who will be presenting an excerpt from their artist statement. Again, I want to plug the online publication at the Green Dot blog. It's located in your programs. You could also see the art here on the stage. So first, I would like to welcome Miss Rachel Kopera from AJR, Animal Jackie Robinson. Who do I introduce first?
Hi, everyone. It's an absolute privilege to introduce Alexandra Aguilar. I've had the privilege of teaching Alexandra for 3 years in 10th grade drama, 11th grade advanced drama on Zoom, and as a senior in 12th grade advanced visual art. She is a light and inspires me to stay in the classroom. I am in utter admiration for her commitment to her academics and especially her commitment to her friends. Alexandra's friends make each other better, and there are a number of them in the audience tonight. She painted her piece, The Healing Process. It's over there. She, with her friend Melody Iglesias Flores, woo, who won honorable mention for the Staircase to Time, which is there. Seeing these two girls laugh as they carry giant canvases from home and to school was an absolute pleasure. One of the highlights of my career is seeing the sunlight brighten her eyes as she committed to attend Dartmouth in the fall. I've also had the honor of witnessing her open several full-ride scholarships to a plethora of private universities. How is it that I am lucky enough to teach this kid? Phone. Seeing her grow with her squad gave me strength, hope, and joy when life felt just so sad. Alexandra, your healing process from your promise to the now will always be at the center of every lesson we teach at Animo Jackie Robinson. Your laughter and brilliance that you exude and your squad exude together will always be with me in my heart. It's been such a pleasure, Alexandra.
Hello? Hi. I was expecting it not to work. My art piece is the one that's really colorful, and it's in the middle. So it has a koi fish, a visual representation of my friend Melody Iglesias, and pieces of ripped out painting from my sophomore promise from 10th grade, my See Me poem. Sorry, I'm really small. I'm small. So I'm going to read a little excerpt. In my visual art piece, The Healing Process, the main subject of my piece is the koi fish, locked in a prism of purified water. The koi fish, representing myself, lives in an ideal world showing an easier life and safer mentality of introvision. A place of meditation, peace, freedom, and individuality. The koi fish is so isolated. She or he need not to worry about being judged. The mountains and the landscapes are a barrier, shielding the koi fish from the real world. We see the lake where its water is calm with no significant turbulence, but it's murky and foggy. All of us are like the koi fish. We're complex and weighted down with inner conflict. The twisted intensity pink and purple film strip symbolizes how we edit our memories, we ignore trauma, and repeatedly pour filtered memories into our purified water. We're so scared to jump into the unknown waters and to do hard work of healing. After the pandemic, especially, all students are afraid to speak up, to share our voice and to take risks. It's my hope that the physical size of a painting, a 30 by 40, represents a process of fearless risk-taking and the intentional healing. I am not afraid to speak large, paint truth, or break down the barrier of fish tank like I was 2 years ago. All of us should face our pain, swim beyond the horizon, and live a life of vulnerability and self-acceptance. Thank you.
Get up for one more time for Alexandra. Next up, from Ánimo Ralph Bunch, I'd like to introduce Miss Albarran.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Buenas tardes. I would like to, first of all, congratulate everyone that's here today because as I was coming in and looking at the artwork, I'm just mesmerized with the amount of work and effort that students put into this. So I want to give all of you guys a shout out. In a little bit, I will be giving a different shout out for another person, but right now I do want to shout out my wonderful scholar, Odette Garista. Thank you so much for being awesome and for winning honorable mention. This particular student actually picked up trash from her neighborhood, and she incorporated it into her work of art. It's the third one from the right to the left. And right now, I would like to give a second shout out to my student that won second place on this competition. Now, this student, who I will be calling up in a moment, she's an outstanding student who goes above and beyond in every single assignment. This assignment actually wasn't even an assignment. It was an extra credit opportunity that she decided to take on. It was optional. And of course, straight A student doesn't need extra credit, but there she goes participating. This student is outstanding. Every opportunity that she can, she takes. And the fact that right now I have a student teacher, and she not only learns from me, but she learns from this other particular teacher. It's amazing because she's always asking for resources. Like, what else can I get? What else can I learn from? What book can I borrow? I want to continue learning animation. So this particular student did the second to the last piece. And the title of her work is A Safe Trip Home, where she talks about human organ trafficking, kidnaps. So these are serious issues that we are facing in society nowadays. So I would like to present my wonderful scholar, Natalie Duron. Can you please come up here? Y mientras ella sube, solamente quiero decir que esta estudiante siempre está buscando en diferentes formas de aprender. El proyecto que ella hizo, el proyecto de arte, es el segundo de la izquierda a la derecha. Y se trata sobre tráfico de órganos, tráfico de humanos y el horror y el temor que a veces los estudiantes, específicamente las mujeres, sienten al caminar de la escuela a la casa o de la casa a la escuela. So les presento a Natalie Duron.
Hi, my name is Natalie Duron, and my art is the small one in between the two large canvases. My artwork represents the danger of human trafficking and kidnapping. I would describe my work as remorseful and worrisome because of the two girls being followed by a stranger with a van closing in on them. When people see my artwork, I want them to feel concerned for the girls and recount similar encounters they may have had while walking home or from any place. I want people to understand the dangers and consequences of kidnapping that can lead to human trafficking and organ trafficking. The worriness of paranoia when walking home is very common with people like children, teens, and young adults, especially women. It's frustrating to feel worried and paranoid when walking to places alone because of horrible people who will do anything to get their hands on easy money. It's something that makes me so frustrated at them that I can't experience the feeling of walking home alone, having a feeling of self-dependence when walking home is something I may not ever experience. Throughout my freshman year and junior year of high school, I was only allowed to walk home with my mom. And my mom, she has always been very protective of me because of the possible dangers I can face when walking home. She dreads the idea of me being kidnapped, like a mother would imagine the horrible outcomes that could happen. I love my mom dearly. I can understand why she would not let me walk home alone, but I hate that I cannot experience the one day of walking home alone because of these people who would do horrible things for the sake of money or a horrible desire. Overall, my inspiration for this piece is it's my experience and other people's experience of walking home or to a place, be it with a friend, family, or alone. It's something that everyone can relate to, be it a scary experience or a nostalgic or a fun one. That's it.
I want to reiterate that the prompt for this year's Annual Voices was open. I've got something to say, and definitely our artists, spoken word and visual artists, represent the breadth of human experience. nostalgic, fun ones, and also scary experiences. So thank you so much. To our artists, before we move on to middle school writing, I'd like to welcome the honorable mentions to the stage. When I say your name, if you could come on stage and pick up your prize pack. So Melody Iglesias from Andara-Jacquez Robinson. Odette Garista from Annual Ralph Bunch. And Abril Romero Sukup from Animal Pat Brown. All right, All right, so as we move on to the middle school writing portion, if I could have the middle school guiding teachers to the back as we introduce two middle school writers. We'll have our third and second place writers present an excerpt from their piece. So first up, I would like to introduce.
Go ahead. It was just like when I first place. Oh, it's later. Sorry.
That was like, I'm so confused.
You're doing a great job.
They told me I'm doing a great job. Can I send a picture to my mom and you can tell her I'm doing a great job for me? She won't believe me. She's also gonna see my hair and really get mad at me. She's gonna be like, why didn't you take a shower? So I'd like to introduce Miss Elizabeth Borum. She'll be presenting our third place winner.
Hi, everyone. Oliver's guiding teacher couldn't be here today, but I feel very honored to introduce him because I had the pleasure of being his advisory teacher for the last 2 years. But she did send something for me to say, so I'm going to go ahead and read what she wrote. Teaching Oliver during my first year has been a great privilege, and I think we all have so much to learn from his story that he has given us a small part in his piece, Human. Oliver is a motivated, kind, hilarious, and creative student in person. His positive energy when met with adversity is infectious, and I hope we can all gain some inspiration from Oliver's strength, determination, and bravery to be unapologetically himself in a world where we're constantly pressured to be something else. Everyone, please join me in listening to Oliver Ramirez's piece, Human. Oliver.
Hi, my name is Oliver, and I'm gonna read you my story, Human. I have something to say. It's not your typical I have something to say about a situation most people won't care for. It's about people who are born different, including me. People like me who experience something completely different than most people, scared for the moment we finally be accepted, but still fearing to come out or being disrespected for who you are. I'm a boy, but with the wrong body. A boy who isn't considered a real boy to others because I was born with the female body. They're wrong, completely wrong about that. I like boys and girls, but still considered for a sin for liking both. Being looked at as a disappointment or a monster to others for who I am is the worst feeling. I never understand why people who are different hate us so much. I don't understand why people don't accept others for who they are. I don't need to apologize for being me. People need to understand that people are different. We all have to love each other as who we are and treat each other equally. I'm a boy with struggles, trying to avoid the harm I know others like me can face. Abuse, dislocation, death. I wish things weren't like this. I hope people accept others who are born differently for who we are. I have something to say. I'm human just like you.
Thank you, Oliver. I'd now like to welcome to the stage from Animo Legacy, Miss Johnson.
Hello. I'm gonna try not to sweat too much because I'm hot. So, the student I'm presenting this evening is one who's so sure of himself that my inner middle school self is jealous. He's the kind of student who takes the time to listen to his peers and teachers, but like really listen, you know? We can actually respond to what you say. He has such unique and insightful perspectives and is never afraid to share them or engage in conversations about them. I remember when Peter first joined my class and all the wonderful ideas and dreams for his future that he shared with me, unprompted, mind you. It was as if he needed to share a piece of himself to build a connection. And that resonated deeply with me then and still does now. Tonight, he'll be sharing a piece of himself with you all. Please join me in welcoming Peter Andara-Jacquez.
So this is my first time doing something like this. Hi, thank you, Ms. Johnson, and to everyone who came to celebrate the winners, including me, and the finalists of the 5th Annual Animo Voices celebration. My name is Peter, and my piece of writing is called I'm From. I am from bright lights and tall trees that make up my personality. I am from the heritage and ethnicity of my family. I am from the hospital hidden in all the tall buildings that make up downtown Los Angeles. I am from the comfort of a mother's hug. I am from the reassuring, careless whispers. I am from the rough concrete that taught me how to heal. I am from the meaningless birthday cards filled in with the $5 bill. I am from the fortune cookies that taught me the life lessons that I'm still trying to learn today. I am from debates between me and my sister that taught me I'm not always right. I am from lectures that taught me to accept my emotions. I am from learning so quickly just to forget within seconds. I am from planning goals just to change them 5 seconds after. I am from the lies of a friend that turned out to be the truth. I am from tough love, which taught me the idea of being tough. I am from brave schemes in my head that turned into cowardly schemes in real life. I am from the fights that taught me how to fight. I am from the fear of opening the door to find out it was just the wind howling a tune. I am from the closet door shut and open at the same time. I am from chasing the bus just for it to zoom away from existence. I am from the answers that I asked myself just to receive a blank response. I am from my grandmother's home-cooked meals that fed the family. I am from the restaurants where my family were regulars. I am from the conversations with my family that taught me it's okay to use my voice. I am from the people in my life who are distant memories in my large mind. I am from the music that taught me life isn't always perfect. I am from new and past friendships. I am from long lines that taught me patience. I am from the laser that ignites the burning fire in my eyes and makes up my imaginative mind. Thank you.
All right, and at this time, we're going to bring up the the school site finalists for middle school writing. So when you hear your name, please come to the stage to receive your prize bag. So first up from Ánimo, Ellen Ochoa, Sadie Godinez, and Anel Gomez. From Ánimo, Florence Firestone, we have Laris Domingo Palencia. From Ánimo, James B. Taylor, we have Haley Alvarenga and Samantha Pardo. From Ánimo Jefferson, we have Isabel Lopez. From Ánimo Legacy, Christabel Amanankui. From Ánimo May Jemison, we have Natalie Martinez Ramirez and Erin Parks. And from Ánimo Westside, we have Alana Blackman and Samantha Rivera. Awesome. So students, if you want to take off your masks for this picture. And make some noise for our middle school site finalists. So thank you so much to our middle school authors. Just one more time, a round of applause. I will tell you, I'm really envious that you got it like that. I can't believe you all write at that level, at 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. I can't do that. So I guess, but I'm an MC and I could do that well, then let's keep this party going. My mom said you all look great, so this is definitely a good-looking crowd, though. We have to say that. I'd like to go ahead and present our high school writing winners. Unfortunately, one of them was not able to make it today, so we will be having our second place winner present. So I would like to introduce to the stage, is she in the back? Miss Magdaleno, are you here? Maybe not. So do you want to? No, I'm not going to tell a story. This is not stand-up hour. I want you to stay here for the rest of the night. But I want to make an announcement that this is the first time in the 5 years of this competition. 5 years. First time. All 19 of our schools have winners. They have finalists. Everybody participated in this year's Annual Voices Competition. So if we could just give a round of applause. I know we're going to thank the teachers later, but that's your work. So shout out to all the teachers in the room. I love you all forever. You know that.
Good evening, everyone. It's an absolute honor to introduce Emily Rodriguez-Ibanez tonight. I met Emily at the beginning of this year in my first period English 12th class. Within the first couple of interactions with Ms. Rodriguez, it was clear that she would become one of the most exceptional students, not only in that class, but in the entire 12th grade. Emily has a keen eye for nuance, which I believe is credited to her extreme maturity and sheer brilliance. When I walk the room to check student responses, Emily always seems to answer the questions just as I had imagined, and at times, she has surpassed even my greatest expectations. Additionally, Ms. Rodriguez is a dedicated servant leader of both her school and her local community. Emily is passionate about social issues that affect immigrant populations, especially that of Central American immigrants. Emily does not use her age as an excuse to not be politically active and has been mentored by many local government officials. Her experience in advocacy is preparing her for a lifelong career in helping improve the lives of those in her community. I can definitely attest to this passion of Emily's, particularly in how much I see her care about her classmates and care about their education. Emily will surely impact the lives of various stakeholders she will continue to encounter throughout her career and her life, and I am excited for all of you and the rest of the world to be impressed with Emily as I have been and will forever continue to be. So here's Emily.
Hello, my name is Emily Rodriguez, and I will be presenting a poem called The People of Our Countries. The women of our countries are forced up to give up their opportunity to thrive. They spend their hours working behind machines in order to support their family of 9. The children of our countries sell flowers on the side of the street, giving up their childhood and not attending school in order to make ends meet. The men of our countries work hours on end for minimum pay, using their rough hands to prosper, not knowing if they have enough for the next day. But I've got something to say. The people of our countries who are hardworking with no guarantees fight an endless war in the attempt of escaping to the land of the free. Still, they always hear the same song. They risk their lives for safety, yet they are told, go back to where you belong. The people of our countries sing a never-ending song. The wails of children in detention centers, hours under sun, causing pure agony. Until we fight for our immigrant brothers and sisters, the world will strain further from harmony.
You know, my apologies. I forgot to shout out that they're both from Ánimo Pat Brown. So shout out to Pat Brown. Anybody else in the crowd? Before we move on in the program, I just want to double check if Tatiana Williams indeed did show up this evening. She may. No? Okay, just want to double check. She is our second place winner for high school. But if she's not here, we're going to keep it moving. So, I know I keep saying it, but this is the first year that we were able to include a spoken word competition in addition to our writing competition and our art competition. So thank you to our lovely donors who were able to make that happen. We're going to acknowledge you once again, but can we get a round of applause for our donors for making this happen? So our spoken word guiding teachers are in the back. I'm going to go ahead and introduce once again from AJR, Ms. Kopera. Ooh, you know what? I jumped the gun. We're gonna do that again. The last minute and a half did not happen. Okay, so let's rewind that. I heard the rewind little sound effect. Who's that over there? Thank you. Who is that? Is that the AJR crew? No, AJR is over there. Oh no, thank you. Thank you. I forgot to bring up the high school writing school site finalists. My apologies. So let me go ahead, and if you hear your name, please come to the stage. We have your prize packs up here, and take off your mask for the picture. So from Ánimo City of Champions, we have Leslie Ramirez and Kendall Trotter. Awesome. From Ánimo Compton, we have Sabrina Cruz and Mario Solano. From Animo Inglewood, we have Celeste Victorio. From Animo Leadership, Angeli Vargas. From Animo Lock, we have Stephanie Andrea Aguilar. And Destiny Martinez, also from Lock. From Animo Oscar de la Hoya, we have Carola Lopez and Gustavo Hernandez. From Animo Pop Brown, we have Melissa Herrera. From Animo Ralph Bunch, we have Delilah Segala and Reina Manriquez. From Animo South Los Angeles, we have Christian Cristales and Morgan Dean. From Animo Venice, we have Alan Cruz and Jasmine Lopez. And from Animo Watts, we have Nashley Talbert and Vida Toribio. For all the family and guiding teachers and admin who are wondering, how come you're missing some kids up here? How come you haven't said the actual first place winners? We're saving you for the end of the night. So all the first place winners, we'll be performing last, right? We're gonna introduce you. You're gonna get your huge prize pack and scholarship at the very end, all right? So we didn't forget you. I know I just forgot to do that. I know, but we didn't forget you all. So we're gonna fast forward back to the spoken word competition. So I would love to introduce from Animo Jackie Robinson, Miss Kopera, once again.
Can we have another round of applause for Angie? Yeah! Marbrisa is an amazing senior and will be attending Cal State Dominguez Hills in the fall. Yeah! She brightened my classroom before, during, and after the pandemic. I've seen her play a weeping widow with a tissue and a purse in her hand, Cordelia in King Lear, and I've heard her deliver numerous monologues spreading awareness about racism, women's rights, and experiencing a profound loss in the middle of the pandemic. Marbrisa, I'm not sure if you know how in awe I am of you. I literally, period. Okay, good, I gotta laugh. Was on the other end of the Zoom screen looking at you with such amazement. Do you know how awesome you are? Really? How have I been lucky enough to teach you for 3 years? She has an infectious laugh, so much love, and a mighty, mighty voice. Marbrisa did monologues on Zoom and helped our current juniors understand how to do theater online. Let's stop and think about this. Marbrisa, along with the rest of her advanced drama class, invented how to perform showcases on Zoom. Marbrisa, I may have not been able to get through the pandemic without you. Marbrisa, along with her cousin Geraldine, who is here tonight, woo! Both are like my school daughters, and I love you both so much. As a mother of 3 little children and a teacher blessed enough to teach you both for so long, I now understand that mothering is teaching, and teaching is mothering. Thank you for making me laugh and cry. I love you so much, and never stop. She's crying. Never stop sharing your voice. Marbrisa. Woo!
Okay, jeez, so nerve-wracking. Okay, I am grateful for what my mom has done for me, but we don't have the perfect relationship. We don't have the perfect relationship. 6 words, oh, too common. 6 words dividing 2 generations. Are we even mother and daughter? How many of us don't have the perfect relationship with our parents? How many of us struggle to speak to our parents? How many of us don't speak to our parents at all? Silence. So much silence. So many unsaid words. I grew in her stomach for 8 months, coming way too early. Was I too early in order to be seen? Was I planned? Was I a mistake? I don't speak to my mother because I'm afraid of that feeling of inadequacy. I'm that girl who constantly makes mistakes. I made the mistake of coming to this world too early. I made the mistake of not saying, I love you, Mom, because I'm afraid. I'm afraid that I won't even do that right. I still remember the day where it scarred my heart. My little brother, Sebastian, he didn't want to be in an online after-school program. Who does? Who wants to be on a computer any more than they have to after the last 2 years? I said, Sebastian, tell Mom you don't want to be there. I can't advocate for you. And as he was going to get his computer, he remembered that my uncle was working in a room and didn't want to bother him. Not enough space, nowhere to go, nowhere to breathe. We have to face Mom. She screamed, Sebastian, you have to go. You have to go. And the fire starts burning inside my chest. My brother, he's quiet, he doesn't speak. I am his voice. Mom, he doesn't even want to be there. Why are you forcing him to be there? I don't want him to be like you, she said. I don't want him to be like you. I don't want him to be like you. And I started crying and crying and crying. I didn't want to speak, to talk, to hear, to see. Light was shining in my room. Is it true? You're not proud of me? What did I possibly do that you aren't proud of me? Tell me, speak. But like always, I bite my tongue, I walk away. Silence, silence, silence between 2 generations. Think for a moment how the pandemic cut so many families in 2. So many sisters forced to be mothers and tutors and teachers. So many of us not good enough. But should our generation really blame our parents? See.
I just want to say, Marbrisa wasn't done. That was just half of it. If you want to see the whole performance, you have to sign online and get the rest. If you thought that was good, you're in for a treat. I'd like to present now from Ánimo South Los Angeles, Mr. Campbell.
Go Panthers! Thank you, Master of MCs. I am so excited to be at this wonderful event today, and I'm even more excited to be introducing our second place winner from ASLA, Myla Jones. Let's give her some applause before she performs. I am so grateful that she has a squad of loved ones here to support her and to witness her bravery right now, because that's what she is brave. By the end of her piece, you will all be saying that word about her. She is brave. She is in my third period drama class, which is this wonderful collision of artists and activists and comedians all together. And what I love about Myla's work is she gives voice to the voiceless in her work. She is a true artist activist in every sense of the word. I asked some of her peers today how to describe her work. They said it was deep, powerful, and motivating. You know, as a drama teacher, we spend a lot of our time pushing students and nudging them and inviting them to do things and to take risks. And when Myla performs in our drama class, we're all like, oh, you're pushing us, right? She pushes us to be better, to dig deeper, and to take the work even more seriously. She even performed this piece on Zoom, where else, for the entire school during our Black History Month celebration. So the whole school got to witness this piece. And I'm so excited you get to witness her bravery as she performs her piece right now, Dear Little Girl.
Wow, okay. Dear little girl, she never cried, she never wondered, she never asked, she never begged. But what she did do, she heard in silence. She was taught to never show your emotions to the public eye, because that represented her as weak, and that was something which she was not. She had to carry her siblings on her back while lifting her household on her head, and somehow fit school and work in between, because her bum father couldn't lift a single finger to help. Dear little girl, don't you cut? Her wounds kept opening and her wounds kept getting deeper, like they were never supposed to heal. And she always tries her hardest to be the best at everything. Because if it's not, she's an unknown person in the corner of the room. Help her. Her story was constantly surrounded around pain, like she carried a crown of thorns. Dear little girl, aren't you tired yet? People constantly take. They take and hurt, take and leave, bruise and stain. Dear little girl, why didn't you bleed? When she was 11, she realized no one would save her. No one would listen to her pain. And by the time she was 13, she stopped believing in God altogether. Because where was he when that man's dirty fingers rubbed against her silk soft thighs? Where was he when he pushed her down? She wanted to scream for help, but it felt like she was screaming underwater. And the only words he said during that time was, did it hurt? Like the physical and mental pain he was putting her through right then wasn't enough. It didn't matter, because she was used to hurting, right? Where was he when she was in pain? Where was he when the bathroom floor stained red? It's all in God's plan, huh? She constantly had to heal from things she didn't deserve. Dear little girl, where did you hurt? It's not like she had anyone to talk to. Therapy was an unknown thing. So the only people she would talk to was voices coming outside of her head. Help her. She started to crack. She cracked, she cried, she bled, she hurt, she cried, she bled. She tried to heal, but she couldn't. Everything she ever had, you guys took it all away from her hands. She was constantly labeled as a quiet, loner, always by herself type of girl, but they only based this off of what they seen, not what she has been through. Her heart drowned in the venom of your words as they slithered into her self-confidence. It broke her hope, tainted her innocence, ran through her veins like poison. She always liked the color red, ever since she was a little girl, but she never thought that would be the last color that she'd ever see. Dear little girl, are you okay now? You should have helped her, but now she's free. Thank you.
And I would like to bring up the honorable mentions for the spoken word competition. If I could please have to the stage Kaylee Munoz from ASLA. Okay, and Renaya Perry from Ánimo. Watts, I know you're here. All right, you get a little solo. Before I bring up my director again, I'm really upset because somebody stole my book that was signed by all of the kids. And I feel like if you are trying to sell it on eBay like I was trying to do in 30 years when these kids are famous, that's messed up. Who has my book? Oh, it's in the back. Okay. I was not accusing anybody in the crowd at all. I'm really sorry. I know the CEO is here tonight. Please, I like my job a lot. I know that wasn't very restorative of me. So I'd like to welcome to the stage Leona Matthews.
All right, well, wow, it's been such an incredible pleasure. I'm so impressed by our students who presented so far. And I just have to say, getting to serve on the judges panel is one thing, but to see all of this work in person is another. So thank you all again for being here. I want to take this moment right now to thank the Green Dot ambassadors whose support and generosity has made this competition possible for the last 5 years. So first, Dan and Amanda Keston. Where are you guys? Over there. And Rob and Jane Ettinger couldn't be here today, but together, the Ettingers and the Kestons, their contributions have allowed us to provide the prizes, provide the publication, run the whole competition, make this event possible. So yeah, another round of applause. Thank you so much. I'd also like to thank another Green Dot ambassador who kind of swooped in very close to the end when we thought we might not be able to do the event in person, and they helped make this event possible here in the beautiful Los Angeles Public Library. So Caroline Kelly, who also wasn't able to be with us today, but we would like to thank her. And in just a moment, we'll have the pleasure of hearing from our first place winners across all categories.
Esperemos que estén disfrutando mucho este evento. Ha sido una montaña rusa de emociones. Creo que he llorado más que cuando me pongo a ver novelas. Pero nos gustaría aprovechar este momento para agradecer a nuestros embajadores de Green Dot, Dan y Amanda Keston, que están allá. Un aplauso. Rob y Jane Ettinger, cuyo apoyo y generosidad han ayudado a hacer esto posible por la competencia por los últimos 5 años. Sus contribuciones nos han permitido brindar a nuestros ganadores una variedad de premios dependiendo de la rama de la competencia, incluyendo becas universitarias, iPads y iPads para nuestros finalistas. También nos gustaría agradecer a otra embajadora de Green Dot, Caroline Kelly, que no está aquí con nosotros hoy, pero que nos ayudó recientemente para que este evento se organizara hoy aquí en la Biblioteca Pública de Los Ángeles. Así que un aplauso para ellos y su apoyo. Y ahora sí, tenemos el placer de escuchar a nuestros ganadores del primer lugar en todas las categorías, así que hay que disfrutar.
before I welcome all of the first place winners, let's just make some noise for everybody that showed up tonight. All right, so for the first place art winner, I'd like to reintroduce to the stage for the third time, Miss Rachel Kopera from AJR.
So our students teach us more than we can ever teach them. So that's the truth. And so does this student especially. Wendy Cornejo is extraordinarily powerful and profound. She is a junior at our school, and she is a quiet giant. Oh, it's supposed to be far away from the mic. Sorry. And she is a quiet giant. And what I mean by that is I can see her taking in so many details, colors, light, and truths, and she has so much to say. I met her in drama class last year via Zoom, and I was astounded at the visual art pieces she uploaded to her online drama portfolio. She was in drama class, but was painting up a storm in the middle of a pandemic. Artists make art because they have to. Wendy, you are an artist. You paint because you must. And your art gave all of us so much hope last year. Imagine it's the beginning of the year, dark screens, no cameras on, and this prodigy Wendy submits endless paintings, watercolor, light, color, and hope through the screen. When she painted a beautiful painting about how we could find hope in the middle of a pandemic, I felt like I could make it. And all kids here must understand that your voice is the hope and light in the midst of the most senseless tragedies. I was then elated when the camera came on and I got to see Wendy perform. I was so thrilled when she attended drama office hours and expressed an interest in competing in visual art. So Ms. Flores, Ms. Apostolakis, and Ms. Boteo, all here, woo, are amazing administrators who are here, got Wendy art supplies in the middle of a pandemic spike. I mean, they delivered them right to her door. Wendy won third place last year for Animo Voices Art. And again this year, she won first place. Wow. Wendy, your art is oxygen, and I want to publicly acknowledge you for always putting forth truth in an effort to create action and social change. You have covered a wide array of truths, from the drug epidemic in your current piece, Corrupt Influencer, to your imaginative third place art winning piece about how we can all be heroes by being upstanders for the environment. Her piece last year had a hero who was clutching and breaking a gun. Wendy, please continue to create art with truth and light. Your fierce voice educates us all and teaches us to face ourselves, and you give us the strength to keep going. It's been such an honor and a privilege. You make our world better. You, Wendy, are our hope. Please come to the stage.
Hi, my name is Wendy, and my art piece is all the way in the back. In my 30x40 acrylic painting, Corrupt Influence, the main subject of my piece is a central figure in a red hoodie with a gas mask. As you can see, big red. His name is Encore, representing the red flag that all of us are at the core of the drug epidemic. Even though all humans do not consume drugs, because I know they're not all bad, all humans are part of a cycle that enables a spectrum of victims, symbolized by the colorful hands at the bottom left corner. I know you can't really see it, but like the light really helps. So yeah. All of us wear a mask. All of us wear a red hood. All of us are Encore. Still, we ignore our bright and intense guilt. Encore lives in a world where it is okay to turn a blind eye to issues that need to be addressed, such as addiction, ignorance, and manipulation. Encore functions in a unified, dark world of ignorance, created by the repetition of ink wash and swirly white pastels. The darkness represents loneliness. The smoke represents secrets. Encore represents the influencer inside all of us, under a mask. We are influencers because we isolate ourselves from so many humans and children suffocating within the obvious smokes of addiction. The problem is so obvious. The unstable mental state of our country is illustrated by contrasting white swirls, and still we do nothing. Our bystander mask keeps us safe because the smoke is so thick. The problem is too complex to address. But still, the audience must contemplate the truth that 1 out of 6 students is under the influence of drugs. Yet we as a society do not do anything. If we face how our bystander behavior perpetrates a culture of addiction, we as an audience can stop the cycle of drug abuse. Thank you.
All right, and for our first place middle school writing winner, I'd like to introduce for the first time from Ánimo Florence Firestone, Miss McElligott.
Okay, so at the beginning of the year, I tell students they're going to write for a writing competition, and they all get nervous. And I tell them they have to work really, really hard. But I didn't know that Kymberly Lezama was going to make me work very, very hard. She is not the loudest student, but that does not mean that she does not have a voice. She will let it be known that she wants to work on her stuff. So after they finished working, she would email me, Miss, I'm done. Can you check my work? And so when I get home, I'd look at it, I'd be like, there's something about this. Figure it out. And so then a few days later, Miss, check it again. And I don't, because I have a lot of things to do. And so she would come, I have her second period, she would wait till class is over. Hi, Miss, did you get my email? Yes, I'll check it tonight. Okay, Miss. Tonight. Miss, did you check my work? Yes, Kymberly. Here's what you gotta do next. You gotta work on this. Okay. And that is exactly the kind of energy and spirit a writer needs to have. She sought out feedback, and I gave her very vague feedback, and she ran with it. I said, I really like where you're going with this, like your perspectives. Make it more clear. She was like, okay. And she put together a completely unique, different experience for the reader. Kymberly wrote about seeing things through different perspectives. What you see isn't always what you get about people. People have layers deep inside them. And I've seen this in person all year long in my investigations class. Her compassion for other students is evident in everything that she does. And she makes sure to uplift those around her. And she makes sure to push herself and bring others along with her. And so I am extremely, extremely honored because she has earned this at such hard work. She has earned this. Everyone, please welcome Kymberly Lezama.
Hello, my name is Kymberly Lezama, and I'm going to be reading a part of my writing called Perspectives. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. By Marcus Aurelius. I walked into the kitchen hoping no one was there. I grabbed a bag of chips from the cabinet when my cousin walked in looking at me and the bag of chips in my hands. Haven't you eaten enough? She said in a somewhat judgmental tone. I looked at her unfazed by what she just told me and walked past her with the chips in my hand. When I got to my room, closed the door behind me and sat down on my bed. I began negotiating with myself, should I eat the chips or not? After a while, I threw them in the trash, even though they would have been the first meal I had all day. But that's not what she saw. I was irritated when I saw my cousin enter the kitchen because it was the 5th time she had come down. Every time she went in, she would take a long time and would come out with a glass of water. I finally got the urge to get up and tell her something. As I walked into the kitchen, I saw that she had grabbed a bag of chips. I looked at her and then I looked at the chips. I then said the only thing that came to my mind so that she would stop distracting me from my work. Haven't you eaten enough? My cousin looked at me as if she was tough and nothing could hurt her. When she walked past me, I just hoped that she wouldn't come back down again. Thank you.
But I really encourage you all to look at the online publication. Kymberly's piece is written from multiple perspectives, competing narrators. It's amazing. So I'd like to introduce our high school first place winner. If I could have Mr. O'Brien to the stage.
Oh my God, what a wonderful night it is here. You guys are amazing. I came to leadership about 3 months ago as a full-time teacher, so I got the pleasure of working with Eswin on his short story. And before the short story, Eswin's a very quiet young man, but he's not shy. He's just quiet and assertive when he wants to be. But so we sat down and started working on his essay, and I come from college. I just transitioned to secondary ed, and I started first tutoring students with writing. And normally when I suggest things to students, they take my suggestions. But Eswin decided to not take my suggestions quite often and push back, which was really amazing for me to see with him. You know, I was like, man, this kid is very assertive. And I was very impressed with the way that he attacked his essay. He worked diligently. We worked 2 or 3 times a week and for hours after school. And the subject matter of his essay is really close to my heart. After losing my father just a year ago, Eswin lost his father at 9 years old. And, you know, I'm a grown man. It's a lot different. But to see him work through the essay, and this is what I saw. And this might be just because I'm a teacher, right? So I'm looking for something there. But when we were working on the essay, I asked him to bring out some specifics, and so we talked about his Lightning McQueen bicycle that his father taught him how to ride. And during that lesson, when he was getting into specifics, he started talking about how his father taught him to face his fear. You know, and during this writing of this specific little scene, in my eyes, I saw it light up that he realized that his father taught him a life lesson, and his life lessons will stay with him for the rest of his life. And that was really beautiful for me to see. And I just want to say it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to announce you, Eswin, to come up here and read part of your short story.
So I just want to say that I thank O'Brien for helping me a lot, and Miss Ruby, Miss Estrada, Schwartz, Miss Rose, and my best friend Max. And before I read my story, I just want to say that te quiero, mami, y yo siempre, cuando se me falleció mi papá, usted siempre era mamá y papá a mí, para yo, Cristian, y yo, y gracias por eso. Te amo. This is my story. It's called Mi Papá. 1:54 a.m., July 16, 2015, San Pedro, Guatemala. Amigo 1, es tarde, hay que ir a casa. Amigo 2, pienso que la puerta tiene llave. Papá, ¿de verdad? Amigo 2, yo creo que sí, hombre. ¿Cómo vas a volver a entrar? Papá, ni siquiera sé. Estamos muy somnolientos con todo lo que vemos. Y amigos, ni siquiera puedo pararme recto. 8:14 a.m., July 16, 2015, San Pedro, Guatemala. I wake up, and my mom isn't next to me. Normally, I wake up very early to see her beside me. I leave the room, I look at the clear skies of Guatemala. There's nothing like the beautiful skies. The fresh air, the birds chirping in the background. I sit down beside the stair. My 9-year-old brain can't believe I am here with my family. My only thoughts are about all the things we're going to do next, visiting the farms, going downtown, avoiding the mosquitoes. Those little bastards always make me so sick. Papá, necesito llegar ahí de alguna manera. Mi esposa quería que estuviera ahí a las 11. Ahora mírame. Amigos, rompiste su promesa, hombre. Papá, soy un hombre de palabra. Voy a subir la cerca y ver si puedo abrir la puerta. Amigo 1, cuidado vos, no estás sobrio. Papá, sí, lo sé. Later that day, a local guy comes up to my grandma. One teardrop drops into the rich Guatemalan dirt. My grandma's tears were watering the dirt. Why? She quickly comes running to me and hugs me. Mijito, tu papá. She manages to choke between sobs. I can't believe it. The one person I looked up to, the person who proved that nothing can beat him, the person who worked hard to put food on the table, the person who was tough, the person who always made me feel safe, my dad. Thank you. And for all the dads out there, y'all don't get enough respect, but I respect y'all. Keep teaching your sons whatever y'all gotta do, and love them.
He's too cool. I'm like starstruck. No, so again, I'd like to say that this is the first year that we're bringing the spoken word competition into Animo Voices as a whole. And out of all the entries, our first place winner is actually the only middle school entry. So we have our youngest spoken word artist today. So I'd like to introduce Miss Borum, who will be introducing her first place spoken word.
Hi, everyone. Unfortunately, Miss Bryant couldn't be here today, but I feel honored to read Miss Bryant's words, especially because I probably watched the spoken word 100 times. I really, really enjoyed it. But here is what Miss Bryant said. I can't even explain how much this meant to Briseis and me as her guiding teacher to win the Animo Voices spoken word competition. She is so talented, and I wanted the world to hear her voice because she reminded me so much of myself as a young poet. She was so happy to know that she had won, especially because she is incredibly shy and was not entirely ready to be filmed. But she was brave and committed to her natural talent, which is highlighted. I wish her nothing but greatness, and I'm sure that writing is a gift in her and will be shared and celebrated by the world. So Briseis, if you can come up.
to say it? So the poem that I wrote, my slam poem for drama class, was titled Chains of Pains. It's all about the anxiety I have that is built up from when I was younger, moving around a lot, not being able to communicate with people, not being able to really trust that much. So I guess I'll just say it now. Stop and think, for things go by in a blink. I stand or sit and think, for I find it hard to speak. And when I don't, people ignore me, exclude me, and call me names. I don't know what to do, and when I find something to do, I can't do what I found to do, for I'm scared of doing, scared of embarrassment, of being an outcast, of coming in last and my past. I lay awake at 4, 5, 6 in the morning, for I fear to get up, for it's dark at this time. I lie on this bed, asleep or awake, late or early, my eyes wide open, for it hurts to close the mat to keep them open, but I fear to be asleep. Sometimes I weep. Here I can't move, I don't go anywhere, but at school I sit. Sometimes I daydream, get distracted. Sometimes I'm called on, but I don't hear them. And when I'm told to speak in front of 1 or 2 with the flow, I can go and I can go with the flow. I say what I mean, but get stuck once or twice. Ask me to speak to all or more than 5. I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do. I keep on thinking, but what I say is not what I think, and what I think is not what I say. I can speak, but sometimes I freak. My heart skips a beat, and I don't know what to say. I repeat what I say and stutter a lot. When I'm up here, think the world that it's near. This is what I fear. When I talk, when I walk, my legs go numb. I feel like I'm going dumb. I don't know what to do. This monster creeps up in my mind. I know happiness is what I'm supposed to find, although sometimes I cry and look up at the clouds and sky and wish for rain to come over and wash away my pain. Wish for rain to mask my tears, to hide my fears, to hide my frown, and change my smile upside down. For when I speak, I can change myself. For I can't help but think of what others think about me. When I talk, all that shows is my anxiety. I can't face my reality. I can't tell the truth from a fake. I can't tell what is from my mind that I take or what I make. I try to let go of these chains of pains. I try to be me and be free. I try to escape from this cage and turn a new page, but it's hard to face reality with anxiety. I try to be me. I try to be free, to get away from these chains of pains that are me, that I make, that I create, and I'm the problem that just won't go away. But I know I can speak, and to those who call me a freak, to those who call me weird, to those who talk behind my back, I have issues with trust, but I'll leave you in the dust. I can't make friends easily, but when it comes to words, I'm a master, and I can speak faster, and right now I'm louder, loud as I can be right now, and me, I am free. Thank you for your criticism. That makes me me.
Thank you all for coming out tonight. Animo Voices 2022, we out! Good night, everybody. Be safe, and I don't think that was really a great thank you, but it was great. We love y'all. Truly, truly, joy is an act of resistance. Thank you so much for bringing me joy tonight. Good night. Be safe. We'll see you. Have a good last few weeks of school.
Thank you.
Good job. Love it.
See you tomorrow. Good job.
I'm actually going to say goodbye to them.
Okay.
There was
Thank
a-
you.
Sorry.